Super Reaction Bros? I'm Kristen.
I'm Kristen.
And on today's episode, we're taking a look at the Screen Rant pitch meeting for Back to the Future. Of course, an iconic movie from the 80s that speaks for itself. Really launched the career of Michael J. Fox.
Sadly, his acting career is now over.
Jeez Christ, you know how to bring a mood down.
I know that.
Anyways, no, it launched it really did truly launch a career of Michael J. Fox. Christopher Lloyd, who wasn't actually that age to play the Doc, was actually a much younger.
He's more of what the age he is now is pretty much what they were trying to portray back then at the moment.
Yeah, which is funny. So when he reprised the role nowadays, it kind of fits him more.
It fits him more because he fits the role.
But yeah, seriously, one of the most iconic time travel movies of all time that spawned an animated series, 2 more movies, I think a comic book. I double check on that. Even a sequel-ish video game from Telltale. Yeah. Like some really good stuff overall. But of course, this is pitch meeting, so this will be quite interesting.
Yeah, to see what funny moments they brought up, or what things they changed, or what probably went down when putting this together.
Yeah, because time travel movies always seem to have some holes here and there.
Yeah, they do. So let's dive into this for the pitch meeting for Back to the Future. So here we go.
So, you have a movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. It's going to be called Back to the Future. Oh, okay. Not sure about that title. I'll try to come up with something else. Okay, I mean, I feel like that works now. Well, let's see. So what happens in this thing? Well, we're going to meet this teenager, Marty McFly, and he's hanging out at his friend's house, this wacky old scientist guy, Dr. Emmett Brown. Oh, and how did they become friends? Somehow, I imagine. Okay, I have no further questions. Okay, thank God. So Doc Brown, he's real wacky. He says great Scott all the time. Oh, Scott is tight. Fantastic. So Marty's life is pretty crappy. His dad gets bullied by this guy named Biff. His mom is an alcoholic. His brother has a crappy job, and his sister can't find a boyfriend. Yikes. And then one night, Doc brings Marty to a shopping mall parking lot because he built a time machine out of a DeLorean. Oh, he did? Yeah, so we're going to have this really fun scene where they engage in some casual, animal testing. Oh, my God, what? Yeah, Doc puts his dog inside the DeLorean and sends him into the future, and you know what? He doesn't die. Is Doc the bad guy? Well, what would make you think he's the bad guy? So anyway, then the terrorists he's been dealing with...
We need to see if
not the bad guy. Yeah, no. He ripped these guys off for some plutonium, so they murder him. Oh, what is going on? And so Marty escapes in the DeLorean and accidentally goes back to 1955. That's in the past. It certainly is, sir. And so he's going to run into his dad, George McFly. Oh, that's interesting. An encounter with his dad in the past? Yeah. And so pretty much immediately he finds out that his dad's a peeping Tom. Oh, my God. Yeah, and he saves his dad from getting hit by a car, but then he gets hit by a car. Oh. And so he's taken in by his mom, Lorraine's family, and she is all over him when he wakes up. I mean, she really wants to sleep with him. What are you talking about? See, the whole thing is that Marty's parents met after George was hit by that car, but now since Marty was hit by the car, Lorraine just wants to hook up with him. She's on a path to end up with him. Right, okay, I feel like that's pretty messed up for a movie. The whole movie, Lorraine's trying really hard to get into her son's pants. I do not like that sentence. Well, she doesn't know that it's her future son. I don't see how that's going to be fun for anyone to watch. I feel like everybody's going to love it. Well, if you say so. So what else happens? Well, so Marty's going to spend the movie trying to get his dad to hook up with his mom instead of him, because the future's getting all messed up now. Oh, really? Yeah, he goes to see Doc in 1955, and Doc is like, uh-oh, Marty, that's, this isn't good. How can he tell? Well, Marty has this photo with him from the future, and you can see his siblings starting to disappear from it bit by bit, because they were never born. So that exact photo at that exact time, at that exact angle, was still taken, despite the wildly different...
It's weird.
Going with. Well, okay then. So anyway, Marty hatches a plan to get Lorraine to go to the dance with George instead of him and get them to fall in love. How does he plan on doing that? Sorry, sir, can I just a minute, Larry. So what's the plan? Well, he's gonna pretend to force himself on his own mother, and then his father's gonna come in and beat him off, and that's really gonna impress her. She's gonna want to hook up with him instead of her own son.
What the fuck?
Beat him up. Beat him up.
I'm gonna go. You sure?
I'm gonna go.
No, I insist. I insist.
I insist.
I mean, insist.
Play out. Oh, well, turns out that bully Biff shows up, and he actually tries to force himself on Lorraine. Oh, no. Yeah, he's really going at it. He's really trying to take advantage of this girl. And you're sure this is a family movie? I'm telling you, I feel like it's gonna be a classic. So then
it's true.
Does save the day by standing up to Biff and punching him out.
Wow.
Yeah, and then at that school dance, Marty's gonna play Johnny Johnny Be Good by Chuck Berry. Great song. And it turns out Chuck Berry's cousin is there, so he calls Chuck and he's like, hey, you know that new sound you're looking for? So Chuck Berry steals the song Johnny Be Good from over a phone. He does, yeah, fun little tidbit. But if Marty hadn't performed it, Chuck Berry would have come up with it word for word just a couple of years later. Right, but now in this timeline, Chuck Berry's a plagiarist, so it's fun. Right? Okay.
It's
a fun
true.
moment. So anyway, now that Marty's ensured that his parents are going to procreate, he has to go back to the future. That's the name of the movie. That last part of the sentence, yeah, not the whole sentence. Okay, see, I actually did just think of a title that might be a bit better. Okay. What if we call it Spaceman from Pluto? Spaceman from Pluto? Yeah,
What?
Yeah, that is a real note that a Hollywood studio executive is giving. Let's call it Spaceman from
some of
Pluto.
the chick
Instead of
suggested
Back to the
Spaceman.
Future. Oh, I feel like, you know, God no. Well, we'll
God.
see. Okay, to be discussed, I guess. So what else happens? Well, Doc and Marty need to use this famous lightning strike on a clock tower to power the time machine back to the 80s. Okay. And before they do, Marty gives Doc a letter informing him that he's going to be shot in the future and he needs to protect himself. Oh, smart. But Doc is like, no, I cannot know any information about the future. The results could be disastrous. So he tears the letter up. Oh, no. But then Marty's like, oh, I have a time machine. I could just go warn him in the future. Very clever. Very clever. So he gives himself 11 minutes. Whoa, why would he give himself 11 minutes? Why not give himself a couple of hours or even days? Well, he's going to give himself 11 minutes because it's more exciting this way. Very nice.
Yeah,
So
thrilling.
tough for
Yeah.
Doc to survive. Actually, it's going to be super easy.
Easy. Barely an
Oh,
inconvenience.
really? Yeah, it turns out Doc taped the note back together, so he puts on a bulletproof vest. Oh, well, thank God he did a complete 180 on his passionate speech about knowing about the future.
Yeah.
It really worked out. So then Marty goes to see his family, and they're just completely different now. Oh, they are? Yeah, his dad's a super successful author. His brother has a great job. His sister has a good dating life. George is a rich author, and they still live in the same house. They do. The brother has a good office job, and he still lives at home. He does. Well, okay then. Oh, and also
Yeah.
now Biff gets
They're
hired by George.
better
to
off,
his car.
is the
George
best way to
hired
put
the guy
it.
who tried to assault his wife? He did. He's like, that Biff is such a character. He's always trying to get away with something. Like assaulting his wife. Yeah, quite the character. And so now Marty gets
It's
to go on
true.
a date, and he has a nice car. Now wait, so his entire family have had a different life, but Marty still has the memories and experiences of the original timeline? Yeah. So what happens to the version of Marty that was living with the family on this new timeline that they were
Time
interacting
travel.
with on a daily basis?
Plot
So
Yeah, don't worry about any of that. Oh, okay, I won't. Great.
The-
So what do you
yeah.
think? Well, it sounds insane and inappropriate in several ways, but somehow I do think it'll be a classic. Oh, yeah, nobody's ever gonna dare to even think about remaking this thing.
Yeah, no.
yeah, no.
Hey, everybody.
We won't
thank you
get
all
into
for
that
listening.
because
Yeah.
that's been discussed for ages now, and
Yeah, even the director's like, wait, it was like, it's like, I think he has even in, like in his contract about like, it's like I have to be dead for anybody to decide to do a remake.
if you want something in terms of sequel, just play, like I said, play the Back to the Future Telltale game. It is a sequel of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
It does take place a few years after the events of Back to the Future 3. It's fun. They do something a bit different. Yeah, they play off the same trope Back to the Future does, but the first Back to the Future, but it's still entertaining. As for this, when you really break it down, the plot with his young mom and dad, it is very creepy.
Yeah, it is.
It is very
It's always like
creepy, incestuous. It's just
That's why I like the
date
scene.
rapey.
I do like the scene where it's just like, it's like, do you need anything else? It's like, are you sure? It's like, no, I incest. I insist.
beat him off. And it's like freezing. It's like, jeez. Yeah, but if you really look at it, it is weird. But yeah, even Nate brought it up, the whole time travel plot holes here and there about...
And the actual name they actually wanted to go for with it, and they're like, no.
One of the original pitch titles was Spaceman from Pluto.
And they're like, hell no.
No, Back to the Future is it just works.
It works with it, yes.
Yeah,
And- Yeah, this was good. This is another good one, pretty much, where it's like it really helps you. This one really helps explain more of like how when it comes to plot holes in time travel type of films or even series, it's like that, like you said, it's like that paradox, where it's like, but things should have changed.
yeah. There's
here,
only like I remember right. There's only like somebody did a list like a few years back about movies that have no plot holes. I have to look at that list because there are movies that there have no plot holes.
And they're time traveling and stuff like that.
I think a couple of them are time travel ones, but like there's not a lot of time travel ones that get it right. Some do, some don't. Like Looper the ending of Looper is a bit confusing, you know, but like.
And Doctor Who has that from time to time, but not all the time.
Yeah, with Doctor Who, at least they have enough, pun not intended, they have enough time
They have enough history behind it to correct it.
They have enough time to literally rework stuff, retcon stuff, to make it all work out in the end. Though I am still pissed off about how they kill off the pawns. But anyways, other than that, if you're new to the channel, you can hit the like button. If you want to talk to us more about stuff like this, comment down below. If you want to share us around, share around. And I feel like it's just a little bit more than anybody else when it comes to talking about pitch meetings and all the wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. Hit the subscribe button down below. Hit that bell icon as well.
Let us know what you guys' thoughts are on this interesting and fun pitch meeting for Back to the Future. Any funny moments here you love the most that they brought up, or things that you probably already knew, or think everybody else kind of figured that they did that were kind of like either shocking or it's like, it's all right, I can deal with it. Put down what you thought of our reaction overall to this pitch meeting, but most importantly, we thank you for watching.
So until next time, I'm Kristen.
I'm Christopher.
And this has been a very Back to the Future full episode of SRB.
See ya.
Later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to check out our previous reactions,
Or any one of our other SRB shows,
check out one of our playlists down below.
if you want to check us out in the social universe,
You can find us on Twitter
and Stardust.
@SuperReactBros.